We battled everything from 14 inches of snow to freezing rain and ice and rain, cold temperatures. It was a rough first couple weeks that we were out here.
We have the pens to hold the elk. We have the handling facility where we can run them through ear tag and do all the disease testing. We've got bait out in areas where we're trying to get a significant group of elk to start coming, feeding on that bait so we can put up a corral trap, get those animals trapped.
Clear now if we want to take it.
Get them, Mark. Let's get them now.
Take them?
Take them.
Clear, go ahead. Whoa, whoa.
Got them.
Hey, Clint, we got some elk in the pit.
We'll load them into a livestock trailer, take them over to the holding facility, and then they'll be held in that holding facility for 90 days for a variety of disease testing.
Elk would be quarantined before and after arriving in Missouri. These protocols are more stringent than any existing disease protocols for livestock or privately imported elk and deer.
When you move an animal from one place to another, each animal has, a unique biological package on it. It could have ticks on it, it could have mites, it could have, disease. Those things are all possibilities. And what we wanted to make sure of was that each animal was tested, and we cared for each animal to try to limit, anything being transferred, and you've got the healthiest animals possible. So it's been a great collaboration as far as with the veterinarians and making sure that the protocol is set up.
They're going to be tested numerous times for numerous key diseases that we'd be concerned about, and I don't know how much more thorough we could be than to do that. They'll be tested at the point when we gather up, and they'll be tested several times in between. They'll also be tested when they get back to Missouri before they're released.
It took us just a little over 3 weeks to build this facility. The major obstacle that we ran into in that was just the weather. This time of year, springtime of the year, we were contending with rain about every 3 days or so.
The guys did a tremendous job in a short period of time, less than 3 weeks, to build the entire facility here. So we're very, very happy with it. Instead of just allowing the elk to come off the trailer and roam at will, the idea being behind the facility is to bring the animals in, separate them into 4 different groups, put them into this 3-acre facility in those individualized pens, get them used to the area, feed them, and then basically we will hold these animals 2 to 3 weeks, end of May, when the doors will be open. The area is currently closed to all trespass, the 12,000-acre refuge area of Peck Ranch, to make sure that these animals are not disturbed. Make sure that basically when we release them that there's a couple of months here that there isn't going to be any human disturbance. And a lot of the research work that's been done on elk has shown that the #1 factor with movement deals with human disturbance. The more that they're disturbed, the more chance they are of taking off rather than staying together and staying in the habitat area that we have here at Peck Ranch. And so by minimizing that amount of human disturbance, we hope that these elk will stay put and use that great habitat that we've got available for them. Later in the summer, when the area is open to the public, people will be able to view elk, and we'll have more information from our elk research in terms of where the elk are found and where people might be able to see them in the future.
We know from other states that elk vehicle collisions do occur, but are infrequent. Elk behavior is different from white-tailed deer, especially during the breeding season.
The behavior between deer and elk are very different. If you've ever been out driving at night and you see a deer on the side of the road and your headlights hit it, it's almost like they want to start darting across the road, or they're very unpredictable as far as what they're going to do. Elk are very different. They'll stand on the side of the road. They don't dart out in front of the road. So you don't have that aspect. They don't come out of the middle of nowhere.
So it's just not been a statistically significant problem.
According to the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, statistics from the eastern states with elk restoration programs show no human fatalities from collisions with elk, and automobile insurance rates are no higher in states with wild free-ranging elk.
Soil probe here. Alrighty. Basically, Phil, what this does is it goes down in the soil.
I see.
And we're going to go down into the soil and take a soil sample and label.
As a landowner, I support elk because I want to see them, I want to hunt them, and I'd like to just sit and watch them and listen at them in the fall of the year bugle. I'm going to
fertilize and lime this property to whatever it takes to grow good orchard grass and clover, ladino.
The reality of it is if an elk has a choice between fescue field and an orchard grass clover field, he'll be on an orchard grass clover field.
No doubt, yes. So that's what it's going to take to entice them to land on this property.
And of course, we're going to be working up here in these woods too. We're going to be doing some thinning and prescribed burning up there. And, and not only will they have the forage here to eat in the winter, but they'll have that good summer habitat up in the timber as well.
Wildlife watching is very popular anywhere you go in any state, and to be able to have elk, to add that to your list of animals to come and view and come and spend some time, we've seen a lot of growth in that area.
And the elk will put on a show, especially during breeding season. Bulls will fight, they're bugling, they're carrying on. It's brought people here that otherwise didn't have a reason to come.
And I think it'll be a big boost to the whole economy in this area.
We're happy to be able to help another state get their restoration started. You know, there's a sense of pride there in helping another state achieve something, you know, a wildlife success story, bringing back a species that's been gone for 150 years.
It's a big project. It takes a lot of work from a lot of people, and a lot of people being patient and working together, and making sure that everybody is involved and we're getting the things done in time to, you know, keep up with our schedule to make sure that the elk are released in Missouri when they need to be. To get all of those groups and organizations and partners to work together and to make that happen is a difficult thing to do, and I'm very impressed at how it's been working. I'm grateful to Missouri and the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation for all of their part and roles that they've played in helping out with Kentucky. Everything that everybody's done has been great so far.
And it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of time, it takes money. But it's kind of neat to go out on a piece of ground that hasn't had an elk track on it in 200 years, to go out and see that elk track on that ground.
Listening to the elk bugle on a foggy morning as the sun comes up is something that citizens have not done for generations. But with the help of partners, local communities, landowners, and organizations all across the state, Missouri is building on a successful conservation story. Bringing elk back is a new chapter to the state of Missouri.
I'm just tickled to death to see the elk come back.
It's bringing back a creature that roamed Missouri 150 years ago, and it's just going to be so fascinating to see that part of nature back again.
Once folks, the first time they drive up and they see a herd of elk, they realize these elk are in Missouri, and I think they'll realize what a great project it is.